Congratulations. You have completed a cycle. You have registered an individual. No matter how much you love them or care about them, they're not part of your highest timeline. You are putting yourself first, and know that no matter if this individual comes back into your life or not, you have to go forward with yourself. You understand you have to keep your gloves on with this individual no matter how bad you want to be able to take them off, because there's an individual you have continuously allowed yourself to be spiritually dumped on by. For some of you, these are collective takes what resonates. This is a person who you had to separate with, and there was no sense of waiting for them to come back to you. This was a cycle repeat, and you knew that this would never end until you truly ended it. For other individuals, there was this sense of you couldn't stop thinking about the chemistry that you had with this person. You were fantasizing and hyperfixating on what you could have versus what was the reality of the situation. It's beautiful that you see the highest timelines of individuals. But for those timelines to happen, they have to be willing to do the work right beside you. The fact that now you can add this person into your mind and let it be a thought that passes by screams volumes, screams the amount of growth, maturity, self-respect, self-love, self-resilience, and logical thinking you have implemented into everything in your being. You're still this very in touch with your feminine nature person, your nurture, your compassion, your sympathy. But there's a strong magnetic connection that people feel to you, and you're understanding that now. All the good you saw and the potential of you two together was always within you, no matter what. So, an individual that would have gone in the way of your finances, of your development, of your success, you released. It doesn't matter if they plan on coming in or not, because these are collective takes that resonates, and I can tell there are individuals here who, even though you separated from this source, they will try to return. No matter if it's a person that does that, or they have also realized they have to love you from afar. They don't have the strength to come in and bring this forward movement, and or spirits, your guides, are pushing them away from you. No matter how it resonates, you realized, I can't be with them. And it hurts. It's a hard pill to swallow. But when you clearly decide to the universe, I understand that my divine would never make me feel the way this person makes me feel. Okay? Because there's a difference between how you feel about a person and how they make you feel. The way a person, you feel about them, you can feel that they're inside and outside beautiful. There's so much going for them. They're charismatic. They're a loving person, yada, yada. You can think all of these things, and they can very well be true. But you have to acknowledge a whole other thing as well. How do they make you feel? Even if you think they're beautiful, do they make you feel ugly? Even if you feel they are reliable and trustworthy, do they make you feel like you can't trust yourself? Etc. Because a divine will never make you feel those ways. Do not get me wrong. Nothing's perfect. There's going to be reasonable precautions, roller coasters, etc. Big traumatic things that you experience and go through with a divine. But there is a level of intensity that if you are energetically aligned with your divine, you're both healed enough that certain things that would have been done in the past with another individual, another partner, just would not happen between you two. It's point blank simple. You will only meet your divine when you're healed enough and ready for them. It's an energetic connection. You are in complete control. You are in complete control of your 3D existence. Anyone that could have taken your focus off yourself and your bigger purpose, you have separated from. There's a lot of opportunities that are coming your way, and more than just finances and love. I think you've been secured on that. You're going to have offers of collaboration. 2024 is going to be a very busy, moving year for you. This reading is definitely more towards a love aspect, though. Who's going to be riding these flames with you? Who's going to be on these car trips by your side? Who's going to be taking photos with you in them? Them and with you, yada yada. It's very beautiful. Yeah, there's a deeply safe connection where you're both calm and strong sources in your own individual ways. This is beautiful. It's crazy the clarity that comes when you truly can release what no longer serves, and there's no more giving energetic space and time to individuals who are only trying to entertain getting what they can receive from you versus the connection you two have. Sometimes something a person can receive from you is simply the fact that you give them so much of your time and energy, literally like an energy sucker, a vampire. I think you have an individual I have somebody who keeps coming into mind that wants a second chance or redemption with you. So let's see what that's about. What does their higher self have to tell us about this second chance of redemption? This makes so much sense. This isn't necessarily, go with me here, this isn't necessarily about you having redemption with somebody else or somebody else having redemption with you. This was an individual where Spirit's saying you two separated for further growth and are now at time of renewal. There were distractions in more ways than one that had to be taken care of. The masculine could have ran away from the feminine in this dynamic, but it was so... Your whole connection, like, no matter when you were in front of each other or not, was very telepathic. Your eyes just locked. You could be the type of person where it's hard for you to keep eye contact, but this person, it's like looking to their eyes was the most comfortable thing. You could sit in silence from the first meeting together. This individual really found a whole new perspective in the past week of their life. They're ready to step forward to what makes them not only feel good, but shows they can take their boxing gloves, their gloves off to you. Because you're a person that doesn't keep a mask on to them. We all have a poker face of life. But there's a difference between having a poker face and situationals, in situations where you have to be, in certain parts of life where you have to be, versus having a mask on. The person attached to this reading, you make them feel like they don't even have to have their guard up because you don't have that mask. This reading, you make them feel like they don't even have to have their guard up because you don't have that mask with them. You've made them change perspectives on truly what it should feel like when somebody's meant to be part of your highest timeline, and you don't have to force things. So you guys definitely separated to take that further growth. Find resolution within self more. Inner teenager healing is what I'm being called to say. During this time of separation, both of you have become more in love with yourself. Like accepted, and more than accepted, embraced your body, your mind, your soul, your connection. And what balance, give and take is in relationships. Certain individuals here, jealousy could have been an issue at play, and have came to terms that if I am to be with this person, they have another level of determination, of strength, of power. They're mature. They're not a little boy. They're a grown man or masculine. Take it as it resonates. So if they're giving you their attention and time, it means something big. They don't do it just for anybody. I think you release something, and when you release something, truly let go of a fear within self. I'm just seeing now a pop-up. Somebody could have messaged you. Your masculine could have messaged you out of nowhere. And you're like, oh, I have no doubts now that this person is, there's something more here. Because of the synchronization, the way things lined up. If you haven't had a masculine reached out to you yet, it is right there. And if you are the masculine reading this with me, this is your sign to make this forward movement to the person this is aligning with you seeing this on your perspective. Most of the people here are feminines, but I have a lot of masculines. So it's always good to make sure you have no doubts about who you are and your countership, if you're the masculine or the feminine. It makes the reading even much more closer to you. This power, this strength, this determination to separate for that long of time and to still be so connected down to things that you guys would post on social media. It wasn't about being next in line. I see an individual who was worried that they were just one of many, is what I'm hearing. And it was so farthest from the truth. What I see now between you two is this growth, is this skill, is this fresh. It's more than a new beginning. It's the foundation has been built. You guys have been able to get to know each other for quite a while now. In person, spiritually, but telepathically mostly. I see an offer of dinner, of real forward movement. And that's the beautiful thing. When you sit down with this masculine again, or if masculine, you sit down with them, no matter which way that goes, the emotional connection, the compassion, just like the first time, will be there but multiplied, even more comfortable. There's been waves of emotions that's happened on the feminine's end, thinking about this masculine. And the masculine's complete, no doubts. Pure intention is a complete, clean slate together. No third parties. Rising from the ashes, truly burned away what no longer serves. Let's continue with the rest of the cards. What I'm feeling this is going to state is even more verification why this individual feels, why are their intentions so pure? Go with me. Let's see. When you first met this person, you had this deeper attraction. There was something so unique about them. It felt hypnotizing, but in a soul high vibrational way, not something of a trick, a pull. It was almost a glide, a whimsical feeling. When you met them, though, you said, I'm grown, I'm not about games anymore. Your fear, your parasite within you tried to make you think that this person saw you as just one of multiple. When really they saw you as one in a million. When you met this individual, they could have been in a committed relationship with somebody. But there was also this sense of no boundaries being crossed. So this could be a very unique dynamic that was happening here. You could have thought this person was in a relationship. But it looks like there weren't many questions asked or talked about. Assumptions were able to be made, but no boundaries were ever crossed, is what I'm being told. The reality of the situation, though, while your parasite was trying to tell you all these other things, this person saw your name, you, things of you, synchronicities of you everywhere. They never lied to you about how they felt, what they saw in you. Very authentic soul. They were not telling you things to charm you. And they never realized they were letting you go. Go with me here. There were other distractions, there were other things in their life that their guides were, in a sense, putting blinders to them about your connection. Because they were not going to let this masculine come into your life until there would be no distraction. There would be nothing getting in the way of you two, that they were healed enough. If you're the masculine here, you connected these dots. There was a person you weren't letting go of. That could have been years after meeting this person. Could have been before you met this person. There was somebody else that you didn't know what way to go within your head about. You put a full depth to that. You took your time. You're looking at things completely differently. You got your head on straight, and whenever you had your head on straight, this person, this feminine, is who would be on forefront of your mind. What signs, synchronizations would be screamed in front of you almost. This masculine is not going anywhere if you don't. They're not the type of person that even vibes with lies. Trying to sense any dishonesty out of them. I'm not saying that there's perfect individual, but this is an individual that extremely understands, believes, owns, and resonates with karma, law of attraction, manifestation, spiritual alchemy. They're aware. And they would not lie to themselves, so therefore they're not going to lie to you. Even as we speak, they see signs of you even more, since you two have became back in each other's lives, or opened up that door of communication a little more again. If you're on that cusp of it right before happening, you feel this, but it hasn't happened yet, accept your highest timeline. Accept whoever this person is. And what I mean by accept whoever this person is, it's okay to know it's not somebody you thought it was going to be for a long time. It's okay to know that there may be other individuals that will try to come back, and from your past that might try to come back, that there was a time you would state, I want to be with you, and I'll take you back, that you know now, no matter what you would say no. Both the masculine and the feminine. There is a lot of conversations of understandings to come. But the two of you have started a whole new page in a new book of life. Very much are optimistic, realistic, and are going to be game-changing energy, having each other continuously, consistently throughout your days now. So let it form organically. Slow and steady wins the race, but remember, that involves still moving. And that's what I got for y'all today. I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.